Welcome to our instructional mode of the future. Here are 4 learning modes that we have in our virtual reality auto mechanic training. 1. Explore mode, which is you getting comfortable in a virtual reality headset. 2. Watch mode, where you're watching a subject matter expert in the headset doing the lesson that you are learning. 3. Guide mode, when you are sitting and having a checklist and blinking blue lights to help indicate and get you through the process. And 4. Assess mode, where you are taking an ASE-styled assessment and doing the complete lesson from beginning to end successfully. Let's take a look at Explore mode. Explore mode is designed for you to get comfortable with virtual reality and having a VR headset on. You will start to want to move around more in your environment. This is accomplished by a click-and-point technique called teleportation. As you teleport throughout the garage, we want you to touch, see, and feel the different tools and the different points of interest in the environment. And so here is the student first walking and getting comfortable into the environment. You can see the pink circles that are points of interest, and the student getting comfortable in this environment and in the virtual reality headset. As you can see, everything is real to life. The tire balancer and tire changing machine, the air compressor, and a lot of other different parts and equipment. This is the student looking at a wrench. As you can see, you can pull the screen bigger or smaller depending on your vision comfort. Once the student has properly identified all of the parts and is comfortable moving around the shop, they have earned the right to go to the next step in the process. Let's talk about watch mode. It is designed for you to be able to see and hear what it's like to do the lessons that you're about to do in the garage. So the goal is to be able to participate in ASE-style training in a real-life virtual garage. We're taking virtual reality training from an actual instructor, and you're seeing it from a third-party perspective. This is where it gets really immersive.
Rotor parallelism refers to thickness variations in the rotor from one measurement point to another. If the rotor is out of parallel, it can cause excessive pedal travel, front-end vibration, pedal pulsation, chatter, and on occasion, grabbing of the brakes.
Let's talk about guide mode. In guide mode, you will not have the benefit of an instructor. However, you will have a checklist and blinking blue indicators to help you get through guide mode. Here, you will have the ability to get it right and improve on your mistakes. So the first step in that process is looking at the checklist for that particular lesson. As you can see, this student is going to pull up the checklist. Whatever the next step in the process is, it will automatically get checked off on the checklist. The next step in the process is to turn the air compressor on. You can see the blinking blue to help indicate just in case that you forgot. The next thing that we're going to show you is a student making an improvement on a mistake. So right now, they were asked to torque to 140 foot-pounds, and it is still at 20 foot-pounds. The student continues to go through the process without adjusting, and this creates a safety violation warning. The student has to read what the violation was, they have to acknowledge the mistake, and then they improve it right away. Let's look at the assess mode. In assess mode, the student will have no points of interest to see in the garage. They will have no virtual instructor teaching them, and there will be no checklist or blinking blue to guide them. This is the student doing the whole lesson by themselves. This is when virtual reality becomes reality. Assess mode is where we introduce the student to ASE testing. We have created a 48 to 60 question ASE-styled test that the student must take upon completion of each module, and the student will have access to all of their performance data. The student will be getting timed and evaluated for every step in the process. Our virtual reality training curriculum takes on average 125 hours to complete. In order for the students to graduate from VR training, we strongly recommend that the student be required to complete each assessment 3 times consecutively with no errors. This repetition enhances the muscle memory necessary to complete the task on the real car. We also recommend that the student be required to pass the ASE-styled test at the end of each module at a minimum of 90%. The minute the student completes the last step in the modules, they can start their ASE-styled testing and be able to see if what they learned can actually be applied. Let's now look at the performance data section on our learning management system. We can go into the assessment and see what the student did and what they got on the test. So we go under and hit performance. And we're going to show you that first 5-question quiz that the student took. Here's an example. As you can see, out of the 5 questions, 4 of them, the student got correct. And as you can see, there's 4 answers there, and the green check, that's what the student selected. And that was the correct answer. We can also demonstrate and show the student where they got the one opportunity that they need to fix. And were they able to, as you can see, they guessed removing the oil grease, and you see that's introducing dirt. You do not have to be a subject matter expert to be able to help guide the student. Here's what the assessment looks like. And remember, I told you that every piece in the process gets evaluated. This is the student 3 times, 3 different times in the hood at 3 different times that they executed that. And you can see every step in the process, how much time it took. You can see if they did it out of order. You can also say they did something unnecessary. You also are able to get a full detailed look into all of the questions and the answers that the student gave. So that is the beauty of this whole piece, being able to go through that whole application and then see it all documented and assessed. That's when virtual reality becomes reality. Thank you for watching.